Hi guys, are you ready? Good. So, let's start, shall we? As I have already mentioned before, today is our reading and writing lesson. But first of all, let's talk, okay? So, my first question is, what holidays do you know? What holidays can you name? What holidays do you celebrate in your country, in your family? Anyone? Your birthday. Good. Yes. And when is it? When do you celebrate your birthday? At the 11th of July. At the 11th. Is it the correct way to say it? Last week we were talking about the prepositions of time, right? And so which preposition do we use with a date? On, in, or at. For example, my birthday is on the 12th of August. On, perfect. So your birthday is on the 11th of July. Good. What else? The Thanksgiving. Good. The 4th of July. Mother's Day, Father's Day. And what about this holiday at the end of the year? What do we celebrate in December? Christmas, of course. Okay, so, and when is it? Christmas Eve is on the 25th of December. Perfect. Okay, and how do you celebrate it? Do you give presents to your loved ones? Okay, good. And what is more important, action or intention? What do you think? Let's discuss it. Intention, right. Does anyone disagree? No? Okay. So, today we are reading a short story by O. Henry called The Gift of the Magi. Have you ever heard of this story? No? None of you? Okay, good. Do you know the meaning of this word? Who are they? Magi. Who are the Magi? Yes, you're right, they are from the Bible. And who are they? Okay, so good. The Magi are the three wise men, three kings that followed the star to Jesus Christ and gave him some presents. But this story is not about these kings or wise men. This story is about a young man and a young woman who are very much in love with each other, but unfortunately they are so poor that they can't buy presents for Christmas. Okay, and I believe that this story remains relevant these days because it shows us the importance of inner beauty and inner strength over some, material wealth. And today we are going to learn some new vocabulary from this reading, and you will have this vocabulary included into your week assessment on Friday. And at the end of today's lesson, we are going to start writing our own stories based on this one. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a handout with the list of vocabulary words and their definitions, okay, and the story itself. Good? But I would like to draw attention to the fact that this story happened in the past, so the author uses only narrative tenses. Do you remember what are they? Which tenses are narrative? We talked about them last week, right? So, the past simple, good. What else? Past continuous, good. Present perfect, narrative. Are you sure? No, good. But yes, but the past perfect is a narrative tense. And past perfect continuous. Good job. So, how do we form an affirmative sentence in the past simple? What do we need? We need the subject and the main verb in the second form. Past continuous, the subject, to be in the past, which is was, were, and what else? The main verb with ing. Perfect. What about perfect? What about past perfect? Yes, we need had and past participle. Yes, or the third form. And what about past perfect continuous? The subject had been, good, had, the subject had been, and the verb with ing. Perfect. So now I'm going to read the first paragraph with you, and I'm going to show you what you need to do. Yes, so what your task is. So there are two tasks, two first tasks. Yes, task number 1 and task number 2. We are going to read this text, and your job is to highlight 2 or 3 examples for each narrative tense. Okay, good. So you need to highlight 4 to 8 phrases or verbs. Yes, and the second, this is your first task, and the second task is you need to highlight these words from the list, from the vocabulary list, and match them with their definitions. Good. So we read this text, then you highlight, while reading, you highlight the examples of narrative tenses, you highlight new vocabulary words, you match them with their definitions, and you compare your works in pairs, as usual. And later I will nominate some of you to just share your ideas. Okay? Later we'll go over some comprehension questions, because I need to be sure that you understand the text. And later we'll discuss our writing. Okay, good. We'll have some brainstorming. Good. So let me read the first paragraph. $1.87, that was all, and 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at a time by bulldozing the grocer and the vegetable man and the butcher until one's cheeks burned with the silent imputation of parsimony that such close dealing implied. 3 times Della counted it. $1.87. Can anyone please give me an example of the past simple in this paragraph? Was, great. What else? Counted, saved, implied, perfect. Yes. And there are 2 words in bold in this paragraph. Yes. So they are imputation, number 1, and parsimony, number 2. What is imputation? Imputation, please find the definition in your list. Yes, good. Imputation is a synonym to accusation. And parsimony? Yes, it's an unwillingness to pay for something. Good job. So, here we go. Just read the text. Yes, highlight the narrative tenses and highlight the new vocabulary. I'm going to circle around the room and help you. Yes, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Good. Let's go.